Hello, everyone. It has been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, okay. Geez, a lot of shit happened. First, my hometown kind of, burned down. Then I had, first, semester finals. And then I got sick for a week, and I'm just now getting better. So, yeah, that's sort of been a thing. I'm fine. I'm safe. My house is far enough away from the chaos that it didn't get burned. So where do we begin? How about, the fact that Skylanders managed to pull 2 new elements out of its ass? How'd they pull that off? Seriously, out of nowhere, they just announced, oh yeah, by the way, Light and Dark expansion packs with these 2 new characters that we didn't show in any of the preview things, and oh yeah, they'll be there on Sunday at Toys R Us, just in time for Christmas. Hope you don't enjoy getting trampled. So yeah, I guess I'll be at Toys R Us early Sunday morning to try to get the Dark set, because wouldn't you know it, the Dark set, which is one I want, is the one that's going to be rare. Good times, good times. Also, Guilty Gear Xrd, the shipping on that got really borked. The regular edition, shipped a week early, and the special edition is shipping a week late. So the day after I pre-ordered my special edition, I went back and bought the regular edition because I couldn't wait anymore and I really wanted to play it. It's good times. I have it on PS3 because I don't have a PS4 yet, and it's legitimately impressing me. I mean, it looks, feels, and plays just like classic Guilty Gear, just it's using 3D cel-shaded graphics, which, a bunch of people suggested. Hey, let's do, a 2D fighter, but use cel shading to make it 3D, but not 3D. But no one really, everyone tried it, but no one pulled it off to this degree, where it, almost looks exactly 2D. The only exceptions are, the new characters. Honestly, their models don't look worse, it's just, they don't look as almost perfectly 2D as the classic characters do. I'm actually a little intrigued by their mechanics, because before they released Elfet, I was playing as Ram Lethal, and her mechanic, one of her big things is that she can actually do 3D combo change. She has semi-automatic strings she can do, which is very unusual for a 2D fighter, and she's the only character in the game that does that, so that's really weird. One thing I really like, though, is the way they handled story mode. You see, when you go into arcade mode, you have a nice big intro, unless you're playing one of the Valentines, or probably any of the DLC characters, but otherwise you get, a nice, well-animated intro sequence explaining your character's story. There's a break somewhere in the middle where they have their rival battle, and they just talk using their in-game sprites standing there, or models rather now. And then they have an ending that ends on a cliffhanger. And then the story mode is just a movie. It outright tells you there is no interactivity, this is just a movie, it happens after the ending. You're supposed to beat the game first, then you just strap in and enjoy a friggin' 4-hour-long feature film on Guilty Gear. I loved it. I was blaming that for making me sick. Because I stayed up and I watched that whole thing. I was about to go to bed, but I was like, I wonder what the story mode's like. Click. 4 hours later. I feel so sick. But come to find out, the disease is just going around anyway. But, yeah, I watched that whole thing in one sitting, and it was fucking glorious. I loved it, but ooh, is it gonna piss off some Guilty Gear fans? Because I gotta be honest, it is way happier and more hopeful than Blaze Blue ever is. It actually has lighthearted moments and power of friendship and importance of emotion crap in there. I could just hear people going, what the fuck is this shit? Guilty Gear is ruined forever. Especially the hamburger scene. I love the hamburger scene. And all the English music. It's great, because it sounds like the new vocal tracks. There's a bunch of them for Xrd. They sound like classic American metal and hard rock tunes with a Japanese accent. It's awesome. I really like it. I think it's good times. Also, speaking of fighters, yeah, Riptor just came out for Killer Instinct, and wow, the Xbox One has the most worthless fucking interface in the history of interfaces. Seriously, fire whoever came up with this interface and design a new... They better be working on a new interface. This thing doesn't work. Like, someone was sending me some messages on Xbox Live, and I went to check them. Okay, I checked the messages, and I pressed B to back out, and I backed out again, and all of a sudden it just starts booting up Disney Infinity 2.0. I didn't tell it to boot up Disney Infinity 2.0. I just backed out too far, and it decided to start booting a game. This happened multiple times. There was also a time when a friend of mine tried to invite me to a party, but I didn't, immediately accept it. So I tried to join the party, but I couldn't join because the party, which had no one in it, was already considered to be in session on Xbox One. So I sent him a message saying that I couldn't get into the party, and I didn't know where the fuck my Xbox One headset was anyway, because I barely use the thing. And so I backed out of the message, backed out of the picture of my friend, which backed out to a screen I don't even remember accessing, which said that I couldn't get into a party, but that there was a party and no one was in it. And then I backed out of that to the friends list, which I backed out of, and it started booting Killer Instinct 2. Like, you can back out too far and it'll just start booting games. So that's a thing. And there was one time I tried to, I was done playing Killer Instinct Season 2, I wanted to turn the... Actually, no, it was Killer Instinct 2, just regular 2. I wanted to turn the system off. So I held down the button, and it freaked out, and it exited out of Killer Instinct to the main menu, from the main menu, back into Killer Instinct. Then it exited out of Killer Instinct to the menu, showing Killer Instinct in the menu, in some kind of weird menuception, exited out of that into Killer Instinct, brought up the Snap 2 bar, then exited out of Killer Instinct with the Snap 2 bar back to my main dashboard menu. This happened within the span of a second. I was just like, what the fucking shit did you just do? All I did was hold the friggin' home button to try to turn off the system. Just... The Xbox One interface is a busted piece of shit. Just... seriously, fire them. Speaking of, though, I did pick up Disney Infinity 2.0, which, if you're unfamiliar, the original Disney Infinity is a gigantic piece of shit, and I would give it like a 1 out of 5, and I super hated it. But I was really morbidly curious about 2.0, and it was really weird, because, the reviews for it were, more negative than the original one, and claiming it was more of the same, but not as good, and I was like, what the shit, but they're supposed to improve on things. Well, lucky me, I was like, yo, I have some spare cash, I really want to find out how this is, so I went ahead, and right as I was about to pick it up, this ad started playing on the GameStop TV. And I was just regretting the fact that I didn't pick it up at... Hold on. Excuse me. I was just regretting the fact that I didn't pick it up at Best Buy. Right? Because they were selling it for like $5-10 cheaper. Get to the counter. I'm just about to check out for for Disney Infinity 2.0 at GameStop, and this ad plays on the TV saying that beat Black Friday with the GameStop Family Weekend, where you can have where you can save and get great deals on Disney Infinity 2.0. So, and I was like, hey, what day is today? Sunday? Yeah, no, I mean, what number? Like the 23rd, I think? What deals do we have on Disney Infinity 2.0? They checked, and I saved over $25 on that thing. I was so super fucking happy. So, yeah, at least I got it on sale. That makes me happy. And you know what? It's a huge improvement that is being poorly marketed. Now, mind you, I picked it up on Xbox One because I had to buy the Portal again. It is still a poorly optimized mess. I wouldn't even bother trying to play it on anything other than an Xbox One or a PS4. Like, the Xbox One can barely handle it. Or, like, on PC, I guess, maybe. I don't know how the PC one's being handled. Like, I know that one's kind of weird. But I wouldn't bother playing it on anything weaker than that. Because in spite of its very low-quality graphics, it is incredibly poorly made. The load times are worse than Sonic 06. It has hiccups and frame rate issues out the wazoo. It is not optimized at all. They still segregate what playsets you can use what characters in, which gets extra dumb, because I don't think a lot of people realize there's an Ultimate Spider-Man playset. And you get things like Rocket Raccoon can be used in both the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy playset, but none of the other Guardians of the Galaxy characters can be used in the Avengers playset. And there are characters like the Iron Fist, which can only be used in the Ultimate Spider-Man playset. They can't be used in the Avengers playset. With perhaps the funniest one, I'm not even shitting, I mean, unless they mislabeled this, Nick Fury cannot be used in the Avengers playset. He shows up, but he gives you missions. If you want to play as Nick Fury, you need to buy the Ultimate Spider-Man playset. So you can buy a Nick Fury toy, and then it'll tell you this can only be used in the Ultimate Spider-Man set. To make matters worse, okay, it says you can use Rocket Raccoon in the Avengers set, but you can't until you collect 10 crossover coins. Why? Fucking why? So that's still an issue. But what they don't tell you about, what no one's advertising, are these, Woo! Told you I was still kind of sick. Just getting well. What, no one's talking about are what they're calling the pre-made toy boxes. And there's 4 of them. 2 Marvel ones and 2 Disney ones. And, like, the 2 Marvel ones come with the Marvel set, 2 Disney ones come with the Disney set. And, like, one of them is the prison from Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's not the Guardians of the Galaxy playset, it's this one that comes with the Avengers starter set. And you put it on there, and it's this Diablo 3 clone. Except you can use any Marvel character there. And then they have a Thor one based in Asgard, and it's a tower defense game you can use any Marvel character in. And then there's the Brave Forest Adventures, the Disney one. Put that on there. That's also a Diablo clone, but you can use any Disney character there. However, you cannot use Marvel characters in Disney environments, and I'm not entirely certain where the Big Hero 6 characters go. Since that's based on a Marvel property, but it's a Disney movie. I think they count as Disney. So, they almost have the right idea. They almost have it right. At least the whole toy box making thing is no longer complete garbage. They've cleaned that up a lot. Basically, I wouldn't say Disney Infinity 2.0 gets it right, but I'm actually able to have fun with it. Oh! And they added skill trees for all the characters, and the new characters get more moves. So, that's nice. Speaking of the Xbox One, though, you know what's a little bit depressing is, well, Sunset Overdrive, really. I mean, I still like it. I still consider it, like, the best friggin' thing on Xbox One that's boxed. You know, best thing is Killer Instinct. The second best thing is, like, Sunset Overdrive. But I don't think anyone cares about that game anymore. Like, the interest just evaporated. And I see that happen so often with AAA games. Like, you're just bombarded with all these ads and hype and all this shit flying around everywhere, and then, like, the week it comes out, everyone talks about it, and then before the end of the month, people are just sick of it and no one wants to talk about it again. Like, that certainly happened with Sunset Overdrive. Excuse me. Big time. Like, no one... I don't think anyone gives a shit about it anymore. Like, everyone just declared, it's alright, I guess, it's not bad. And then just left, and I'm just like, this is the first AAA game I'm really enjoying. And, like, and it applies to so many games, like, Lord knows that's what happened to Watch Dogs, but then again, Watch Dogs had, like, I almost want to say that had faux hype. Like, no one cared. Same thing kind of with Assassin's Creed Unity, like, well, then again, Assassin's Creed Unity, like, I know it's got, like, boatloads of bugs to the point where Ubisoft is giving away the DLC for free as an apology, which, good on them for at least trying to do something, but wow! Like, yeah, that was at literally every press conference at E3, and then it comes out, and it's like, Shadows of Mordor, a lot of people really liked it, but I don't really hear that much about it. I think Aliens Isolation got at least a bit more push, but there's a lot of not caring. And Dragon Age Inquisition is just being weird. I might have to give that game a chance. I don't know. I'm a little on the fence. I still haven't played any Dragon Age games. I'm gonna keep meaning to. I should like them, but there's just some... The issue was, I was going to buy Dragon Age 1. That was super hyped, and I expected that was going to be just as pretty as Mass Effect 1. Dragon Age comes out, a bunch of my friends bought it, I hear it's a great game, but I look at it and I'm like, wow, this is the brownest, ugliest fucking piece of shit I've ever seen. I just walked off. I just couldn't make myself give a fuck. And I feel kind of bad about that, because I hear it was a good game. I'm sure it's a good game. I could probably pick it up super cheap and enjoy it being a good game. But, what? In the comments, someone tell me, is Dragon Age 1 or Dragon Age 3 more worth owning? I know everyone hates Dragon Age 2. Because, like, if Dragon Age... I know how Mass Effect was, where Mass Effect 1 was kind of better than the later ones. And a part of me, wants to go, let's hop into 3 to get the pretty graphics. But if Dragon Age 1 is the better of the bunch, then maybe I'll actually start with 1 and work my way up. And yes, I know you can't really port your data from 360 to Xbox One. Good fucking job, Microsoft. So if I play Dragon Age 1, I'll do it on PS3, so that way I can port my data. Man, though, this gen sucks. Like, I keep hearing people talk about, excuse me, what consoles they want for Christmas. And it kind of makes me sad. Like, I'll hear them go, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a PS4. So many people want a PS4. Like, I know the PS4 is like the best selling of all the consoles. There's nothing fucking on it. I still can't find anything. I have to import the shit I care about. Like, I will finally be getting mine, because as of March, there will be games worth playing in Japan. And one in America, Omega Quintet, the game designed to sell me on a PS4, comes out in the March zone, and I'm having an Onetambara Z2 Chaos, already importing that, so I am ready and raring to go. And then, I know EDF 4.1, now with Mega Knights, and Valak comes out around the March zone, and Senran Kagura. The new Senran Kagura comes out at that same time as well. So, yeah, I will have games. Oh, yeah, and that's when Dragon Quest Heroes will come out. And I am looking at... I just checked, and it looks like the Japanese PS4 is exactly the same as the US one. So I think I'm going to bite the bullet, and I will import a Metal Slime one. I mean, it's a literal GameMetabble on my console. I have to have it. It is like required by Jelzakistani law. Jelzakistan is the country that's the 10-foot radius around me, if you're curious. It's a lot like the Eastern Kingdom of Chip. See, I like Chip enough. He has the right idea. Great minds think alike. But yeah, no, like, PS4 is just now getting some things. I will say Omega Quintet is probably... Sadly, that is like the shining gem in the collection to me. Even though it looks like a thing PS3 could fucking run, it looks like every other game Compile Heart fucking makes. But the presence of that game, actually all those games, because those are all budget-ass PS3 games, basically, that are being released on PS4, and I look at those and I go, why doesn't the Wii U have any of this? This is what the Wii U needs. This is what I want. The low-budget, cheap, weird, niche Japanese shit. Because the Xbox One sure as fuck doesn't have that. Now, the Wii U doesn't have that. PS4 is starting to get it, though. I mean, right now, this generation, if you were to ask me, I would say the PS3 wins. And I didn't care about the PS3 last generation. I barely played the thing. Xbox 360 won the last generation. It had all the good games. But this generation, with the Xbox One and the PS4 and the Wii U, PS3 wins. Like, there's still, like, it still feels like there's more good games coming out on PS3 than, like, any of the other consoles. Make it that what you will. Like, there's new Tecmo's Deception coming out, actually. It's an expansion pack for Deception 4, like a new main character, which technically makes it Deception 232. Because Deception 4 is Kagero 3, and Kagero is Deception 2. So it's Deception 232. Although they're just calling it Kagero the Other Princess. But I'm pretty hyped. It's Tecmo's Deception. So, yo, that's good times. I cringe every time someone asks, though, yo, what game should I get on Xbox One or PS4? I'm like, oh, something. You tell me why you're buying the fucking system, you loser. Yeesh. I don't get it. There's nothing. There's nothing. Shit, as much as I crusaded against the fucking Vita TV, there's more to play on that than any of this other crap. Yeah. There's nothing. Yo, Xbox One, Sunset Overdrive and Killer Instinct. That's like it. And Crimson Dragon if you're like me. But I'm not gonna, like, actively recommend that game. Yo, D4. That's there, too. Like dancing, there's Dance Central. Oh yeah, I just remembered another Xbox interface fuck-up. When I went to buy Killer Instinct, I clicked on the purchase button, and it said, please sign in. So I clicked choose this person. I sat there, and I'm like, so am I going to be allowed to buy this, or what you want me to do? So I click it again, and it says, please sign in, choose this person. And I sat there, did that 3 times. Noticed that when I tried to buy it, apparently it had signed me out. So I went to the top bar, signed myself in that way, then clicked it. Even though I had already signed in earlier, I had to sign in again because it inexplicably signed me out when I tried to buy it. So I signed myself in that way, and then it let me buy the damn shit. So, yo, another interface fuck-up. The Xbox One interface is completely worthless. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Like, quite literally. It just turned on. I was just talking about you, you worthless piece of shit. I was wondering how long I had to say your name before you would. Always weird, you hear that little ding, and I'm like, huh? And it's like, oh, fucking dumbass XBone turned on. Fucking hate this console generation. I'm sure it'll pick up eventually, but, needs to pick up faster. Anyway, speaking of the Wii U, aka the only system that has anything worth playing, that's because Nintendo is literally carrying it all by itself. Oh my. It's just adorable. Smash Brothers comes out, and then they're like, shit, we need like one more just before Christmas release. Bam! Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, discount budget release. It was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And they're like, oh, by the way, boom! NES Remix Double Pack as a boxed release for like $30. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. The NES Remix really could use more remixing, though. Like, there's way too much just play this game, but, like, in the dark, or with a crazy jump physic, or something dumb like that. They need to start giving you, Link slashing barrels in Donkey Kong faster in NES Remix. But yeah, the Wii U. Apparently, it is very hard to get your hands on the GameCube controller adapter, but there are two different classic controllers shaped like GameCube controllers. The PDP FitePad and the Hori Battle Pad. I never thought I would see the day when not only does the GameCube controller come back, but the GameCube controller is resold as a FitePad. But yeah, in both of these cases, they're actually count as classic controllers. They plug into your Wii remote, but they're shaped like GameCube controllers. And the PDP FitePad is the one you're going to see the most often. And it's not bad. It is certainly better than the classic controller, or even using the Wii U Classic Pro controller with Smash Brothers, and I like it more than the pad. It's not bad, but it's not a GameCube controller. It is angled too inward, so it is nowhere near as comfortable to hold. And the buttons are way too stiff and uncomfortable to press. The shoulder buttons, that is, ZL and ZR. So, yeah, it's not great, but on the plus side, I really like the way the A and B buttons feel, and it is way better than like the other controllers. It's a decent alternative. The thing is, excuse me, the Hori Battle Pad is the exact same price, and it's significantly better. It's a little bit wider than a GameCube controller, but it is just as melt-in-your-hands comfortable as a GameCube controller. The D-pad is bigger on it, and the shoulder buttons are not only comfortable, but they've made them digital instead of analog, which has caused some people to like them more than a GameCube controller. And they flip-flopped which one is L and R, which one is ZL and ZR, just so that way you don't have to reconfigure your Smash Brothers controls. Thankfully, most games use them both as the same buttons anyway. And yeah, it's pretty nice. My only complaint with it, it's not that visually appealing. I do think the PDP FitePads are a little more visually appealing. But my biggest complaint is the fact the start button is kind of hard to hit. There's all these buttons crammed together in the middle, and it can be a little hard to hit your start button. But otherwise, it's a nice control, and what's really nice about it is playing Mario Kart. Because right now, you need Like, the GameCube controller adapter only works with Smash Brothers. And I was like, oh, man. Like, the reason I was buying these was because I was like, I bet Mario Kart would be amazing with the GameCube controller. And the PDP FitePad, it worked okay enough. Yo, I like it more than, like, the regular classic controllers for Mario Kart. But the Hori Battle Pad for Mario Kart, freaking dream come true. Not even kidding. It feels so good. It feels so nice. It is so just spot on. Perfect for Mario Kart. Like, it is worth special ordering that thing to use it for Mario Kart. You'll thank me later, because, let's be honest, the GameCube controller, it's a strangely shaped controller, but it is so damn comfortable, and on a game that it is meant for, kind of like Mario Kart, where, it doesn't use a lot of buttons, and there's a big central A button that you're going to push a lot, feels good. Feels really good. I actually recommend it. Disappointingly, though, I don't really know of any physical retailers that actually carry it right now. Maybe someone will start carrying it in the near future, but right now, it's just in high demand. So, yeah. Mostly you just have to order it through Amazon. That's how I got mine. Like, and for a while, Amazon was, like, super sold out of them, and it was all these third-party retailers selling it for, like, $45, $50. But then Amazon, like, dropped me a note, and they were like, hey, if you order this now, we'll have it for you by next week when we get a new shipment. And I was like, fucking sweet, here's $25, give me that. And sure enough, Monday rolls around, there's a freaking Luigi controller on my doorstep. And I was like, yay. And it's very nice. Anyway, that's about all I have to talk about off the top of my head. Gone on for about half an hour. I really need to get off my ass and actually review that Freedom Planet, which I think might be my game of the year. Maybe you should try the demo instead of waiting for me to review it, because I'm a lazy bastard. Anyway, this is Gel, and I hope you've enjoyed this ranting. See ya!